is March 3rd, 2022, and from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware, I'm Marshal Manlove from My Sports Reports here on a Milestones edition of our show, my favorite edition of this program to do, featuring accomplishments from amateur athletes all around the country. And if you know somebody who has reached some sort of athletic milestone, somebody who's an amateur athlete, send that information to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. Just take a look at the ticker down here for some other information about the show. And if you would be so kind as to subscribe, like, and share so that we can reach more people and talk about more people and the positive things that they have accomplished in sporting arenas around the country. First of all, this show is brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove. I am a stage comedic hypnotist. I perform my show all around the country, and I meet people all around the country as a result. So that's why I have this interest in sports all around the country. For example, I recently did a show up in northern New Jersey at a prep school, and they have a fantastic wrestling team, and that wrestling team happens to compete in a very major event here in my home state in Delaware, which they have won for the last 21 years, is Blair Academy. So I like to kind of cross-promote stuff that way. But my show is funny, it's fascinating, it'll be a memorable time, and marshalmanlove.com is where you can find all the information about my show. So, let's see what has happened around the country. Change this up a little bit. Graphics. The format here just a little bit different on the website, which is mysportsreports.com. Let's start in New Jersey, where Seton Hall's Lauren Park Lane is in our news again as she reached the 1,000-point mark for her career for the Pirates. She recently set a school record with 18 assists in a game, tying the Big East record with that mark when we mentioned it. To Massachusetts, where UMass Lowell's Carice Idom joins the collegiate 1,000-point club. She played high school ball in Florida. Out to Oregon. We had an interview with this young lady and her coach/father. That's a screenshot from that interview. And this is Callie Denson from Oregon, who we recently interviewed. When she reached 2,000 points, she broke the state record for 3-point shots in a game with 14. And she also set a new record for points and a half with 36. She plays for the Milwaukee Mustangs near Portland. Either near Portland or in Portland. I really couldn't figure that out. I was looking at the map. I talked to them. I asked them. I still don't know if Milwaukee's in Portland or outside of Portland. It's close. Florida International's Kyla Nelson enters the collegiate 1,000-point club for her Panthers. Go to Massachusetts. Milford High junior Brady Butler recorded his 100th career point for the co-op Hopedale Milford team in a game against Oakmont High School. To Connecticut, where Meadow Gilchrist scored the 100th and 101st goals of her Stamford West Hill Staples career during a 7-0 shutout of SCC contender Guilford at the Milford Ice Pavilion. We'll go to Delaware. The Delaware High School basketball championships are underway, and in the first round, Dontarius Jones from Delmarva Christian scored his 1,000th career point. He doesn't look happy about it. They actually lost their game by 1 point. Sorry about that, Dontarius, but congratulations on your milestone. Goldie Beacom College's Nazim Derry became the first in his school history to hit 103 pointers in one season. They are the Lightning. And also from the first round of the boys basketball state tournament here in Delaware, Tyrese Fortune from Seaford High School scored his 1,000th point for the Blue Jays. That's his mother there, I believe, and she looks happier than he does. And they won this game, so I don't know why he's looking so sad there. It's maybe just caught in between smiling poses by the photographer. We'll go to New Jersey, where Jackson Barna of Ridge High School shattered the state indoor track record by winning the 1,600-meter run in 4 minutes and 6 seconds at the Group 4 Championships last weekend at the Bennett Center in Toms River. I've done my show for Ridge High School's graduation party for a bunch of years, except for the last couple where they were canceled, of course. To New Hampshire, where Winnicott Junior Kylie Quinlan set the 5th school record of her career in the New Hampshire State Indoor Championships. She set a new 1,000-meter standard of 3 minutes and 5 seconds. And she also owns the school's 400 and 800 records as well. All right, I'm just fixing the video here. It's the wireless connection. And then this one's interesting here. In probably is one of the most incredible races in the history of United States high school track and field, not one but two girls obliterated the United States high school indoor 800-meter record. This was done at the David Hemery Valentine Invitational at Boston University last Friday. Roisin Willis, she's on the right, 17. She's a senior at Stevens Point Area Senior High School in Wisconsin. Ran a 2 minute flat .06 to win a heat and take almost 2 seconds off Sammy Watson's previous record of 2:01.78. Not far behind was Sophia Gorian, 16. She's a junior at Moses Brown School in Providence, Rhode Island. She ran 2 minutes, 58 seconds to finish second for a high schooler. Now, in that race, Sophia was actually fourth. The second and third place finishers were pro racers. So Willis nipped the second place runner at the wire. But her time is not only the U.S. high school record, it's also the number 2 time in the world in 2022. She's now a 3-time winner of the Gatorade Player of the Year in track in Wisconsin, having just earned that honor recently, her third anyway. I thought that was pretty cool. Very cool. That's potential Olympian right there. 2 potential Olympians right there. To New Jersey, Kristen Carroll scored 19 points, including her 1,000th career point as the Kinnelon Colts beat Whippany Park 49-24. Kinnelon is 18-6. They finished first in the NJAC Independence Division with a 12-0 record. Up to Massachusetts, where Wilmington's Tommy Mallinson celebrates his 1,000-point milestone during a game against Tyngsborough, February 24th. He's the 5th player from his school to join the 1,000-point club. To Nebraska now, Fremont's Taylor McCabe broke the 2,000-point mark for her career. She also set the Nebraska record for 3-point shots in a career, and as you can tell, she is headed to Iowa to play basketball. Down to Virginia now, Malaya Ainsworth scored her 1,000th career high school point en route to a game-high 19 points, while also accounting for 5 assists and 3 steals in Massaponax's, there's a mouthful, 68-37 Commonwealth District girls basketball win over visiting River Bend. Up to Pennsylvania now. Trinity point guard Alyssa Clutter scored 24 points, including her 1,000th career point, as her Hillers beat Armstrong 70-49 at Hiller Hall. The win sends third-seeded Trinity 18-5 into the quarterfinals Friday night against sixth-seeded McKeesport and the WPIAL Class 5A playoffs. Lots of different playoffs. That's why it's tough to cover them all. So many of them within each state. And to North Carolina now, where Salisbury High's Kyla Bryant is celebrated for her 1,000th career point, scored during a game against North Rowan as they won 65-39 in a game last week. Congratulations to her. So those are the recent milestones that I either found or were submitted to me. If you would like to send something to me for attention on this show, just reach out to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Marshal Manlove. Now, I'm gone. Because it is lunchtime. Yes. Love lunch. Joey V, what's up? Donnie M. Yeah. Thanks for being my number one and number two fans, not necessarily in that order.